alien to her, like someone else was saying them. He increased the pressure on her neck, pushing her head into the ground. Panic blossomed in Charlotte's guts. She kicked with her legs, but they were feeble. He draped one leg over hers, holding her down. Just imagine if she could see you. His face was now darker, the skin mottled. With both hands he squeezed her throat. Charlotte fought and bucked against him, trying to throw him off, but he was too strong. She couldn't breathe anymore. She screamed, but only a croak came from her open mouth. As the light faded from her eyes, she only saw his sweat-streaked face turning the sky to black. 2. D.I. Nikki Gill looked at her 16-year-old daughter, Rita. What do you mean, you can't stay? I've got things to do, like stuff. With time, Nikki had learned to watch what she said to her teenager. She couldn't say the first thing that sprang to mind. No way. Often, silence was the best course of action, especially if Rita was in a bad mood, which thankfully was less now that her exams were over. Rita didn't do exam stress very well. Her dad couldn't handle her, and she had stayed with Nikki throughout May. Nikki had spent a lovely week with her mother, Clarissa, and Rita in Bilberry, a village in the heart of the Cotswolds. She had needed that time with them, to lay her brother Tommy's soul to rest and to heal together. It had been heartwarming to see how well Clarissa got on with Rita. Nikki had also opened up to Rita about Tommy. They had cried together, Rita wondering what life would be like if she had an uncle. Bilberry was nice, right? What if we go to another place like that next year? Nikki ventured gently. Rita shrugged. Maybe. She thought about something. When will I see Grandma again? Nikki hid her smile. Ever since she met Rita earlier this year, Clarissa had shown signs of change. The bottles of alcohol that littered her house had vanished. She had stopped drinking and was even smoking less. The change was slow but noticeable after their week together. The new bond between Clarissa and Rita, to Nikki's mind, was the biggest validation of her decision to return to Oxford. Tell you what, you know our plan to go to Stratford-upon-Avon? Yes, Rita replied cautiously. I might not have time for it, like I said. Well, why don't we go with Grandma? Rita pressed her lips together. We'll have to walk around a lot. Will she be okay? I think so. Tougher than she looks, your nan is. She walked around all right in Bilberry. But not on the hills. Rita shook her head, looking wiser than her teenage years. It made Nikki smile. I just don't know if I have enough time, Rita said, turning down her lips in an expression designed for sympathy. Nikki knew not to give in, even if the next step might be a little argument. But we have a plan. You wanted to see Stratford-upon-Avon. Shakespeare's birthplace wasn't far from Oxford, and Rita wanted to study English. She wanted to apply to Oxford as well, and she was clever enough to get in, Nikki thought with a surge of pride. Yeah, I know. Rita wouldn't meet her mother's eyes. Nikki stared at the tall teenager's long hair, recently washed. It was jet black and shone in the sun. Rita was getting close to her shoulder height, which was scary. An iPhone was open on Rita's lap. So, what's changed? Nikki took a sip of cappuccino. They were sitting outdoors in a cafe in Kidlington, and the sun was warm on her neck. Just stuff, Mum. I got a life, you know. Need to get back. Yes, I get that, but will anything change if you wait till Sunday? It was Friday afternoon now. Rita gave a shrug, her eyes still downcast. Nikki knew she was flicking through her phone. Stop that. Rita looked up at her. Then she sighed, did the teenage eye-roll thing, and put her phone in her pocket. Has anything happened? Bestie being emo? Nikki smiled, then wiggled her eyebrows. Rita grinned. Stop it, the teenager said, punching